Hey everybody, Thecariboudave here, trying to hit another one out of the park, or was it just a bit outside? Today, the HandiRack Inflatable Canoe Rack. Is it good? Is it out of this park? Or just a foul ball?
Alrighty, so this is the HandiRack. We're up here on top. I do have this guy is looped around, goes through the cab, back into the buckle. I inflated the other one. The other one down there, I actually have it wrapped around the rack underneath the HandiRack and then back up and through. It doesn't move at all when it's under tension, but it's not supposed to do that. I'm using it how it's not intended, so it'll do what it says, not what I do.
Hey, while you're waiting, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe right now.
Some pounds on an inflation if I need it. This guy, maybe I do need to inflate this one a little bit more. But so yeah, it's the HandiRack. I like it, and then I'll show you how it's got buckles for the canoe to strap on, or kayak, or whatever. I've got about 2-some thousand miles experience using this HandiRack Inflatable Canoe Rack for the top of my car. Basically, what it does, it goes over the top of your vehicle. It runs a strap inside your vehicle back out to this cam lock, which therefore when you tighten it up secures it to the top of your vehicle. Now to inflate it, it includes a hand pump and a hose, and I'm just going to inflate one chamber for you. I've got video of this on top of my vehicle. There are 2 chambers on each of the 2 racks, and it'll inflate. It supposedly is good for up to 80 kilograms. I think that's about, I don't know if that's 60 pounds, something like that, maybe a little bit more. That's gonna be more than that, because you can put a ladder rack on it. It has D-rings. The hardware on this thing is actually pretty impressive. It's got a solid air chamber with an air tube separate inside of it. The cam buckle, which hooks the tree roof, is really heavy duty. The straps are pretty heavy duty, and it comes with a pump and a hose. It's got some rope so you can hook the front of your canoe down to the front and back of your vehicle. I use some of my NRS pads and some other stuff, and it has some straps that go around the canoe, which I've seemed to have lost in the back of Lantern 1 or in the car, that I have to find when I got back. But yep, so it's got basically cam straps similar to this NRS cam strap that you would use for a boat. 2 of those come with it. It's been pretty good. I drove to Florida and back with a 16-foot, 80-pound canoe on it. Things you do need to watch out for is changes in air temperature. They will affect the inflation of this bladder because air expands and contracts with temperature. And the other thing that that I noticed, unfortunately, was when this goes through the door of your car, it can, in a rainstorm, and it did on mine, it wicked water around the seal on your door, and it came in and it stained my headliner. So that would be the only down point. I actually hooked this to the rack, and it does not recommend doing this. It tells you to hook it through the inside of the car, but I wrapped one wrap around the rack, took it through the rack on the other side and back, and tightened it down so that this guy was on top, sitting on the roof, and these straps actually ran through the cargo rack and then underneath it. That worked fine. No movement, no side-to-side movement, no back-and-forth movement. Super good system here. So this is the HandiRack. I got it off of Amazon. I found it on a canoe site out of Ely, Minnesota. Amazon, of course, had it for cheaper, and being a cheaper type investor, I went ahead and did that. I believe it ran me around $100. Well worth it, because it deflates and it'll fit in this bag, and I'll deflate it. You got to push your valve. Deflating is kind of a pain to get this completely flat. You want to get as much air out of it as possible, and I guess I can roll it down this way to deflate it, but I gotta deflate 2 chambers. Anyway, you can roll it. I don't remember how this was on here. There's some way to actually roll it up onto this Velcro, and I don't remember how it goes. But she'll pack in here, and it's gonna go in my storage bin with my hitch assembly, my load stabilizer. So remember, folks, if you're looking for a fairly packable, easy to use canoe rack for your vehicle, besides the takeaway that it did damage my headliner by sucking or wicking water in on the strap. This thing's pretty good. For $100, it's heavy duty. It's going to last a long time. It's definitely a good investment for a full-time professional seasonal work camper, anybody traveling, or just somebody, you know, you're pulling out of your garage and using it. It's fairly quick to put it on, fairly quick to take it off. It does go in here fairly quickly. There's a lot of quick going on, and I plan on using it as far as I can into the future. So Thecariboudave here. HandiRack portable canoe rack or ladder rack or whatever you want to put on it. And remember, do what you can where you are with what you have. Please like, subscribe, and thumbs up this video, because it does help the algorithm. And on behalf of myself and the 15-year-old Adventurosaurus Rex dog that is inside the camper sleeping right now, we'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, Thecariboudave here.